What up, what up, what up?
Ladies and gentlemen, Olympian, author, NBA superstar Dwayne Wade. He's the author, as you know, of A Father First, How My Life Became Bigger Than Basketball. Dwayne, congratulations on this amazing book. What do you want people to take away from this? Because you really put your heart and soul in this book.
Thank you. First of all, I appreciate the love. Thank you. You never know what to expect when you come upon this territory. But yeah, writing this book, you know, I think if anybody have read the book or have it, I kind of talk a lot about my personal life in a sense, and I really talk a lot about, you know, my upbringing, and I focus on obviously being a father. And the reason I decided to do that is because I believe that everything I've been through in life, you know, from when I was a child up until now, that has happened to me for a reason. And you know, I do a lot in my foundation, and I know there's kids out there today just like Dwayne Wade was when he was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I know there's adults out there that's going through the same thing that I go through now, fighting to be a family or fighting to be in their kids' lives. So for me, it was just using the platform I had to shed light on these different things, and hopefully someone can use my story, someone can use my successes or my downfalls and try to better themselves in a sense. So I decided to write this book because of that reason, and also for my boys. Also knowing that, you know, they're young right now, but one day they're gonna read this book, one day they're gonna grow up and really get a chance to understand what happened in their dad's life, what happened with the dad and their mom, and they have a lot of questions in a sense. And so another thing, I just wanted them to understand kind of me and what made me who I am and how I got to this point today. And so I think we cover a little bit in the book, a little bit.
One of the other things you really do, and in addition to putting your heart and soul on the line, you seem to be reinventing black fathers. And as you know, black men sometimes get a bad rap for being absentee fathers, for not caring. And tell us about the message that you really want to send the world, that that's a myth, right?
Well, I mean, the message that I kind of want to send is to, you know, first of all, it's a lot of great fathers out here. Yeah. And, you know, and it's not saying that, you know, we need to get patted on the back for being what we should be. And that's fathers, that's parents. But it's a lot of negativity shedded on, especially in my world, the athletes. You know, it's a lot of negativity focused on fathers and them not being there. And not saying all of it is wrong, but it's not a lot of positive light shined on it as well. So to me, it was just really shining that light on that, you know, on positive dads and in a sense. And like I said, it wasn't in no means about, you know, hey, look at me, I'm a father. Like, that's my job. That's what I'm supposed to do. But I just know the world that we live in, there's so much negativity is focused on what you don't do, and I wanted to focus on what we do. And for all the men out there to know that, you know, if you are, you know, unbelievable parent, if you're an unbelievable father, you know, be proud of it and understand it's the greatest gift that God can give you.
In terms of, tell us about your boys. How old are they? What are their names?
Oh, my oldest son is Zaire. He's 10. So I'm 10. I'm from the Midwest. I'm sorry, so my Chicago accent. And my youngest Zion is 5. So you know, I had Zaire when I was 20 years old when I was in college, and I had no clue what to do at all. And so you know, there's my worlds, and I also, you know, my nephew is 10. And he lives with us as well. I take care of my nephew, so I'm in the process of raising 3 young future leaders, is what I call them. Hopefully one day.
And so you're also working. You should all know that he's working with President Obama on a fatherhood initiative. So he's not just taking this in Miami, he's taking this nationwide. So tell us about that.
Yeah, it's an honor, you know, to be appointed from the president to this initiative, which is, you know, such a big topic and discussion around the world, to be kind of a person to say, I want you to be the voice and the one who go out and talk to fathers. So it's been cool, you know, get an opportunity, whether it's on conference calls, whether it's in the conference room and setting, and be able to sit in a room full of fathers and a room full of, you know, men that talk about, you know, kind of, in a sense, listen, we get back in line, you know, like let's get back in our place. And, you know, I was raised by, you know, strong women, but, you know, that's all good and that's all great, but we need men in our lives. Our kids need us men, and it's kind of like we telling them, hey, get back in line, man. Let's do this. You know, men, stand up. And so it's kind of cool kind of being a part of that and being in a room with all these guys and asking a lot of questions. And I don't feel like I have all the answers. I don't feel like I'm the perfect father, but, you know, I know what my heart is, and I know what my what's important to me, and I just try to make sure that I express that.
As an NBA superstar, you're traveling all over the country and even the world. Olympian, let's show him some love for. He showed them how to play ball for real. So, as someone who travels all over the world, how are you going to manage not one, not two, but three boys?
Well, yeah, I have a schedule just like everyone else. You know, I go to work. You know, I get up, I go to work. Sometimes my job allows me to be gone for a few days or whatever. But, you know, it's just you make it work. You know, like I told you upstairs. You know, it's a lot of parents who's at home every day and they have a disconnect from their kids. You know, so it doesn't matter if you're in the house every day. So I found a way to still be connected to my kids even when I'm gone. I just got off the phone with them before we came down here, and not that I'm gonna say that story, but I just got I'm gonna say it. I just got off the phone with today, and I'm, you know, just having fun and just being more engaged into their life, and, you know, just being, you know, them being comfortable and confident enough to be able to talk to me, whether we're talking on Skype, whether we're FaceTiming, whether we're BBM, and whether we're texting. And I told my son today, I said, man, I didn't hear from you yesterday. He was like, oh man, I was busy. Busy? You're 10 years old. What you mean you busy? So, and he just, you know, he's like, yeah, Dad, well, you know, today the doctor told me I just hit puberty. I'm like, what? But he felt comfortable enough to share to me that he's becoming a man at 10 years old. So, so no, it's great. You just got to have that kind of communication with them. You got to, and it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy at all. I mean, being a parent is one of the hardest things that we will ever do in life, and you're always learning. I learn from my kids every day. Like, it's situations that come up, and even though I took parenting classes, situations that come up, and I'll be like, I don't have an answer right now, but I make it up. And I'll be like, I go in my room, I'll be like, I hope that was the right thing to do. So, you know, it's going to be times it's going to come up, and it's going to be situations you're not going to know what to do. You know, it's no book, you know, it's no book you open up and say, okay, well, he got sent home today for doing this. Okay, so the book says, it's nothing that tells you that. You got to kind of, it's no handbook, so you got to kind of fill it out. You got to treat every kid as they are their own, will have different personalities, et cetera. So you got to, it's not easy, you know, at all.
So what lessons did you're obviously learning a lot of lessons being an NBA star, working with a team. Are you learning any lessons on being a father from that environment?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I think, you know, being 30 years old now, and I've matured so much from even when I was 25, you know, when I got divorced. I just matured so much in life. But I think both of them go hand in hand. Me maturing and saying, you know, I want my kids to live with me. You know, I give up a lot of freedom that a young man in the NBA could have to say, I want this responsibility. It's matured me to the point where I can even play with a LeBron James and a Chris Bosh. You know, a couple years ago, I wouldn't have been able to do that, you know, because my ego and my pride wouldn't have let me. But I matured and I understood what's most important to me in my life, and the success of winning is more important than the amount of dollars that, you know, that you can make just by being the man on a team. So, you know, they go hand in hand.
Before you know it, your sons are going to be grown. You know, they grow I'm here to tell you, kids grow really.
Man.
And what do you want them to remember about you?
Oh, it's a great question. I think most importantly, in my career, I just want them to know that, you know, I gave everything I had. You know, that, you know, I just want them, I love that they see me get up every morning and go to work. You know, I love when they see me come home late at night because they know that that's kind of showing them that it takes hard work to be successful. And even though, you know, I'm playing in the NBA, nothing's guaranteed to me, so I have to continue to keep working. After championships, after gold medals, after et cetera, I still work, you know, tirelessly to try to become better. So I think in the career aspect, you know, I lead by example. And I think as a father, you know, I just want them to know and understand, first of all, how much I love them. And, you know, we could tell our kids we love them. I always tell my dad that. Like, my dad never hugged me and said, I love you. I'm like, Dad, you could have told me you love me once or twice. Like, you know, we could tell our kids that we love them. But, you know, I just want them to understand that I wasn't perfect. But, you know, I learned from them. And I'm learning how to be a parent from them. And I just want them to really see and understand what was the most important things in my life. And I think if they see how I approach being a father, they will understand that they are the most important things. Even though I have a life that I have to provide for them and I have to work, and it doesn't allow me to be there every day, but I'm not there every day because I don't want to be. It's because I have to make sure that their futures are taken care of. I'm trying to break that generational curse that we got going on in the Wade family.
I hear that, because generational curses are very powerful. Yeah. Shall we talk a little basketball?
Yeah.
So,
I'm here.
Right. So how much would it cost for the Knicks to grab you from the Heat?
I'm under contract. I can't go nowhere.
You're under contract. But contracts are made to be broken, my brother. I'm putting them on the spot. But listen, let me ask you this serious question. What with the Heat, y'all seem to be on fire the whole season. For real. I mean, from game one, it was like they are in their rings. Ain't no doubt. And we are Knicks fans, but you couldn't deny that y'all were on your way to getting some rings.
I like that.
And you got them. So wait, ho. So what was y'all strategy without giving away the secret sauce? What was y'all strategy?
It's not really a secret sauce. You know, I think for us is, you know, when we got together in the year 2010, when we played together a season ago, as I continue to say, we just, you know, it was so much noise. I ain't gonna even say hatred. I'm gonna say noise.
Right.
It was so much noise around us,
right.
You know, we kind of fed into the noise, and I don't think we really played the game for the reason why this young man right here will play the game because he loves it. Because he enjoys it. I don't think we played the game because we loved it and enjoyed it anymore. We played it to hush everybody up or to prove people wrong. And that's just not the pure way to play the game. And I thought this year we came back, you know, after a very tough and you know, hard loss in the finals, to come back and say, listen, guys, we're approaching this totally different. You know, we can't approach it with that mentality, that us against the world. And even though, you know, it is us 15 players against everybody else, but we want to go out and we want to enjoy being friends and playing together. We want to enjoy playing in the NBA, which is a dream come true. We want to reach our goal to win a championship, which we dreamed of doing since we was kids. So, you know, we just came in with a different mindset.
And y'all are all cool? Y'all are all friends like that, for real?
Yeah.
Sometimes there'll be hating behind the scenes.
We cool. We all good. We have no problems, no issues.
And how was the Olympics? So which country gave you? One country had y'all shook for a minute now.
Spain had them.
Spain had y'all.
Well, you know, I had knee surgery, so I was watching. But Spain is good. In 2008, when we played Spain, they took us down to the wire. I mean, they had 9 NBA players. It's not like they, you know, we had 12, they had 9. You know, so it's going to be a competitive game. The world is great. You know, the game of basketball is so big around the world. It's so global. You know, that it's amazing to see, you know, how big this game it is wherever you go. So. You know, it's cool, but we won. It's great.
And as long as he won, he's cool. So, are y'all on your way to a three-peat? Are y'all the next Bulls?
No, we got to win. We got to win 2 first.
Right.
I
know you want one, but
we're gonna take it one at a time.
You know, take it one at a time?
It's very tough for me right now. If you see what the Lakers did, you see what the Clippers did, you see what all these good teams doing. They gearing up. And you know, we just gonna take it, you know, one game at a time, you know, one month at a time. We gonna work it and make sure that, you know, we're as good as the Miami Heat can be, and we're not gonna concern ourselves with what the other people are doing or what the outside is talking about. For us, it's just we know how hard it was to win one championship, and we just want to continue to keep this journey we going, continue to get that continuity we have, and you know, the sky's the limit from there. So if we stay injury free, you know, we'll be all right.
Right, right. And how were you after your surgery? You're all better, they say, huh?
Yeah, I'm getting there. You know, I'm you know, it's not my first rodeo. You know, I've overcame a lot of stuff, so. You know, this is the least of my worries.
Let me just ask you this: what was the Nick that everybody made a big deal about?
The Nick?
The Nick, the Asian. What was his name?
Oh, Jeremy Lin.
Jeremy Lin. How can I forget that name all the time? So he said, "What did you think of that whole thing?" No, seriously. Respectfully, and then we're going to let him sign your books, okay? But what did you think about the whole Jeremy Lin sensation, him being on the cover of Sports Illustrated back-to-back, coming out of nowhere? What did you think about that whole thing?
Oh, good for him. You know, you know, more power to him and his family. I'm sure that, you know, I don't know Jeremy. You know, I only played against him once, but, you know, I love success for anyone who puts the work in. Obviously, he was in the NBA for a reason, and his opportunity came. Now, it was the quickest run to celebrity I've ever seen in my life, but good for him. You know, it took a lot of pressure off us All-Star Weekend. We had to do a lot of media because it was the Jeremy Lin show. So appreciate you, Jay.
But listen, you're giving me the diplomatic. You're in New York.
That's all you're going to get out of me.
Wait, you're in New York where we try to keep it real, okay? You said that was...
No, I'm serious.
I know you're being a gentleman, you're being diplomatic, but was that a little ridiculous as somebody like yourself who had to work his way up to getting where you are now, and in a flash he got it?
No, everyone has
that. Just a question. It's just a question.
This is New York. We are in New York. We are born in here. This is crazy.
Don't throw nothing at me.
We are in New York.
Right.
No, I think everyone has their own path. You know, and I'm sure he had his tough times. I mean, you know the story from him. He was cut from Houston. He was cut from Golden State. He was a day away from being cut from the Knicks because of injury. He was able to stay on the team, and then he became Jeremy Lin, that everyone knows. So everyone has their own journey and their own path, and you know, congratulations to him, you know, for doing it.
Good. There you go. That's good. That's a real sportsman, Class act. Okay, last question, then he's going to sign your books. Again, the book is A Father First by Dwayne Wade. And you fought for the custody of your boys, like you put your heart and soul into it. And what is it you want readers to take away for the long term? In terms of your legacy, and it says how my life became bigger than basketball. So the Dwayne Wade away from basketball, what do you always want to be remembered for?
Oh, what I want to be remembered for? You know, I always, I'm very thankful for the talents that God gave me and the position that He put me in. But I always like to say I'm a regular person. You know, I'm just as normal as the next man, and I just want to be remembered for, you know, someone who did everything he could to make the world a better place, whether it was, you know, through my efforts of, you know, giving back, whether it was through, you know, my walk through life of the people that I meet. You know, I just want to make sure that, you know, when I leave this earth that I did something to make it better. And that's, if I do that, then I think I did my job of coming on this earth and leaving some kind of legacy behind. So hopefully I can do that.
Well, you've done it. Ladies and gentlemen, Dwayne Wade.
Oh, good. So that means when we play the Knicks on November 2nd, I ain't gonna get booed. Is that what y'all saying? That's cool.
Right. They're gonna show you mad love, love. Right. And we want you to just know that this event, as you know, was brought to you by Human. Marva Allen, you know her store closed, but she is back with this pop-up store. Marva Allen is a survivor, and also I want you to know he's going all over the world doing book signings, but it was very important for Dwayne Wade to come to Harlem. We love that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's amazing. You know, we are so grateful to all of you. Thank you, Human. Thank you, Harlem. And we want you to continue to show this great absolute love and support, and you're going to help me to make this easy. So we're going to sign books now.
Basketball with you?
You should have one with you, though. Here you go. I don't care about either one of them. What? 14. Thank you, baby. Hello. What you doing? Latifah. Thank you, baby. Appreciate it. Like your nails. Very nice. Thank you. Will do. How you doing?
I'll take your book.